So what I'm going to go over is my workflow from taking my image files from my memory cards right into Bridge. And I also use Lightroom, Photoshop Lightroom, but I tend to use it more on my laptop when I'm out on location. The nice thing is with Lightroom and Bridge, any of the Adobe products, the integration's so tight, so I can use my labeling in either Bridge or Lightroom, and it transfers from one to the other when I open up the files in them. Now, I generally on my workstation use Photoshop because I'm wanting a little more extensive cleanup. So Bridge integrates well with that, it works well. So that's what I'm going to go through. So first off, I'm going to go into my wedding and portrait hard drive, and I'm going to work on a love story. So I have a default folder structure that is empty. It's just one that I copy and paste for every job. So I'm just going to grab that with a Control-C on my PC, Control-V to paste it, and I'll just name that folder with the job that I'm on. So I'm going to call this one stack. So inside it I have my different blank folders. My camera files are stored right there where it says camera files. So we will go to there for now. I'm going to open up Bridge, and first thing I'm going to do is get the files from my memory card, which is in the card reader in the front of my computer. I'm going to go up to File and get photos from camera. And so I'm presented with this dialog box right here, get photos from. I'm going to get them from my card reader. And so it reads in all the ones that are available there. Now I'm using two different cameras here. I have a Nikon camera and an Olympus camera. All the files are on the one card, so it's a little unconventional. But we can see there's a file named W423, which is my Olympus camera. DCS or DSC is the Nikon camera. So it's organized them according to the time that was taken. Normally this would be on two different cards, and I'd do that organizing later on. That's actually one reason that I don't rename my files as they're being downloaded into Bridge, brought into Bridge, because when I'm using multiple cameras, I want to be able to interlace the different files that have been taken shortly one after the other with the different cameras. So it doesn't make any sense to rename them now. But if you're renaming, if you're only using one camera, it might be a good idea to rename. You might not want the standard DSC prefix that's on the front, although that can be changed in some cameras. But that's easy to do right here anyway. You can use a date, which is a great way that I've heard different photographers use for keeping their files organized, or a custom name. So in here I could put RW, and the files are all going to be named to RW_001 right up through the top. So anyway, I'll go back to Do Not Rename. I'm going to look for that new folder that I just created under Love Story and Stack and Camera Files. So that's the folder that's already there. That's where I want to enter them. The one other thing that I do is I have a basic metadata. So as they're being imported, my copyright information gets inserted into the header of each of the files. So that's updated on the metadata. So we'll go ahead and get all those photos now. So that's taken a few minutes then to download those 317 files. We're just about complete now. So we're just going to then go into that folder, the new folder Stack and Camera Files. And there we're presented with all the images that are downloaded in there. Now, one thing you'll notice with Bridge, there's a bit of caching that goes on, and it takes a few minutes for that to happen. So once that's done, then we can work with the files. What I'm going to do is organize those. So if I had brought in files from different cameras, I'd want them organized by the date taken. And so by going into View, Sort, and by date created, then that organizes them all. I'm wanting to get my number of files down for the client down to around 45 or 50. What I do is I label every image that I like. So I use the color labels so I can identify them quickly. I like using the red label, which is Control and number 6 on the PC. I'm just going to make this area a little bit bigger so we can see the red mark. So when I press Control 6, we can see how there's a red label underneath both the thumbnail and the large image. Press it again and it gets rid of it. So I'm just going to run through real quick. And just hit Control 6 on the ones that I like. So I'm down to my last few here. And I can just go back and forth, see which one I like, select it. Good. Okay, so when I look over here, I see that the red label, there's 52 selected, so that's right in the area where I want to be. If I hit on that, then only the 52 images show up. So I want it down to 45. I'm going to go to, I'll go to 45. So we want to eliminate 7. So I can just run through them quickly from start to finish. Have a look at the whole selection. See if there's anything. There's a sequence. I like having those. Another sequence. I'm going to drop that one. I'm going to drop the back one. Walking. I like that. Walking better. Maybe I'll get rid of that one. There we have another sequence. A couple that are the same. Some walking shots. I'm going to get rid of that one. So I'm down to 48. And 3 more. I've got lots in there. I'm going to take that one out. There's not a whole lot there. There's a kind of a casual walk. There's a few in here. There's only 2 there on the streets. Okay, well, I like that one. I'm not real fussy of it. So just one more. Those are similar. Those are both kind of nice. Okay, I can take out one of these. I like the arms around. Maybe I'll take out the laughing one. So I'm down to my final 45. Now what I do is I select all those and I am going to copy them to another folder. That's done in Tools and Batch Rename. So at the same time I copy them, I'm going to be renaming them sequentially. So I'll select my folder here, which is the Love Story, Stack, and Final Selection. And for the renaming, I'm going to use my RSW underscore, and I want to start at 001. So it lets me know down here that what my new name will be, RSW001, and sequentially from there. I do tend to check the preserve current file name in the metadata, because sometimes when I want to go back and be able to find the original file under the camera file name, I'm able to do it that way. So it's just a matter of hitting rename, and it's going to happen pretty quick. that those 45 are then stuck in final selection, and there we see them all renamed RSW001 right through to 045. So from there then it's just a matter of me going into Photoshop and cleaning up the files.